I honestly feel like I'm living the dream. I got myself a cheeky little Nando's. Loads of questions about travelling. In hindsight, I would have waited to get a dog. If I'm honest, the puppy blues struck me down. What is your office job? I am a little bit nervous about turning all the lights off. I have got every single light on in the flat. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing so well. Welcome back to another video. It's just me and Winnie in the flat this evening, which actually never happens. This is the first time I'm staying in the flat home alone, which I'm honestly a little bit nervous about. I have checked that the door's locked about 20 million times. Rob has gone up to Manchester with his dad and his brothers. He's a big Man United, well, they're all big Man United fans, so they've gone up to watch a football game, and me and Winnie are staying at home. So I thought I would just pick up the camera this evening and show you what me and Winnie get up to. Although, to be honest, Winnie has been at daycare all day today. It was an office day for me, daycare day for Winnie, so she's like asleep in her crate, fast asleep. She'll probably get up for a little wee just before I go to bed, and that'll be it. So it's gonna be a very me vlog today, actually, which will be quite nice, make a change, because Winnie has honestly been the star of the show since we got her. I did put a little question box up on my Instagram stories and asked you all to ask me some questions, so I've got a couple of questions as well to go through. So I thought we could just have like a really chatty, chilled, girly night. But I have just quickly popped out. I got myself a cheeky little Nando's. There was no way I was having a night in on my own and not get myself a takeaway. And Nando's is always my takeaway of choice. I do love a Wingstop, but I always feel so like greasy and heavy and just like a little bit gross afterwards. Whereas Nando's, I feel like, is pretty healthy. I also, well, you wait till you see my order. It's not giving health. But I also popped into Sainsbury's and I got some strawberries and some Cadbury's, so we can do some chocolate covered straws. I feel like the only chocolate you can use when it comes to chocolate covered straws is Cadbury's. 10 out of 10, so we'll do that a little bit later. I'll put that in the fridge. I then got myself a top up of my favourite bath soak, although I've noticed a little bit of my neck eczema coming back, which honestly I'm freaking out about slightly. I have been quite stressed recently. I've had just a lot going on, but maybe I need to lay off like the soaks and stuff and just kind of go back to use my bath salts. Honestly, it smells absolutely unreal. This is the Imperial Leather Pampering Bath Soak in mallow and rose milk. So nice. It creates really nice bubbles and I love it. Then I picked myself up cheeky little eye mask, thought that would be cute. And then, this is really random, I always have like the most random things in my little Sainsbury's hauls. I picked up these Ella's kitchen pouches. So we've got Winnie like a little lick mat where you can kind of spread, like, people do peanut butter, Greek yogurt, and at the moment she's been really loving it. I've been mixing like her kibble with Greek yogurt and then like spreading it out onto the lick mat, and honestly it takes her ages to eat her dinner, which is really good for like her digestion. I feel like it really tires her out where she's like eating it for ages. So I thought I just would pick her up some new flavours. So I do need to double check that these are safe for dogs. I've seen everyone doing it on TikTok, so if it's good enough for TikTok, it's good enough for me. And I thought if it's good enough for a 4-month-old baby, then it's good enough for a 4-month-old Winnie. I just need to check that the ingredients are safe for dogs, because I know things like grapes and that they can't have. So I don't know if blueberries, I don't know what kind of berries and stuff they're allowed. But anyway, I picked up one which was apple, sweet potatoes, pumpkin and blueberries. And then I got the second one was pears, peas and broccoli. And then the last one is apples, carrots and parsnips, which I think this one should be fine because she eats carrots, she eats apples. I'm not sure about parsnips. But yeah, I looked at the ingredients and it literally just says, I'm 100% organic pureed apples, sweet potatoes, pumpkins and blueberries with a dash of lemon juice. So as long as she's allowed like those couple of ingredients, she should be fine. A lot of like the chicken and rice ones had onions in, which obviously she's not allowed. So I will definitely double check the ingredients before I give them to her. But if anyone has any other suggestions as to what I can put on her lick mats, then do let me know, because she's loving the Greek yogurt at the moment. And I do think kibble must get so boring. Me and Rob always joke, like whenever we go out for dinner or like whenever we're having something nice and it's like, oh, what are you having, Winnie? Kibble. And it's like, oh, poor girl, 3 times a day must get a bit boring. So I thought we can jazz it up slightly. Right, but for my dinner tonight, I just love a Nando's. It's honestly my favourite takeaway. Smells unreal. Actually, it smells a bit like fish and chips, which is strange because I haven't ordered anything fishy. Right, my Nando's order, probably like the rest of the world, is exactly the same Nando's order I've been ordering since I was about 12 years old. So this is my order. I get always a starter of halloumi, fries and dip. The chili jam, I just love it. And halloumi, I'm honestly the biggest fan. I have halloumi in everything. I then got the chicken wrap. I take the lettuce out and I add halloumi. So I'm actually doubling up on halloumi. It's very, very greedy. Me and Rob usually share these. Not today. And then last but not least, a classic, I picked up some peri salted chips, and I always ask for extra peri salt because if I'm ever making chips here, I just like a little bit of extra peri salt on the top. So that is what I'm having tonight. We obviously have Traitors and Love Island on tonight. Rob has really got into Traitors. He's never ever really that fussed about Love Island. Like, I love Love Island. We actually didn't watch last night's Love Island, so I've got last night's to catch up on and tonight's to catch up on. But Traitors, I think I'm gonna have to save for tomorrow night when Rob's home, which honestly is going to kill me. If anybody spoils it for me tomorrow, I am gonna freak out. But it's getting to the end now, like it's the last week. I'm filming this on a Thursday night, so tomorrow is the finale, and I just know that tonight is obviously going to be a big episode. Spoiler alert, I'll fast forward if you haven't caught up, but Charlotte has just recruited Freddie, and she's going to throw Freddie under the bus. Obviously, I think they're going to murder Leanne, so there's just a lot going on that I need to catch up on. But TV at the moment is great. We've got Love Island, we've got The Traitors, A Night Agent 2 is coming out on Netflix. We loved the first one, so we'll definitely be watching that. So TV is just great. But yeah, I'm going to sit down, eat my Nando's and answer some of your questions. If you don't follow me over on Instagram, I've always been so nervous to pop a question box on my story, like in case no one responds. So I was really grateful that so many of you did respond and had some really good questions. I'm gonna sit down. Do you put your Nando's on a plate? Probably not. I probably will just eat out of the box. So I'm gonna set myself up over there, get my peri-nays out, get myself all together, get my Stanley, and yeah, answer some of your questions. I do not understand how people answer questions and eat at the same time. I gave it a go. I sat down with my Nando's. I tried to answer a few of your questions whilst I was trying to eat, but I just had food in my mouth. I was chewing my mouth open, and it was just not really the vibe. So I thought, I've had my Nando's. I've watched last night's episode of Love Island, just seen that Marcel and Liv have gone. Sad, but not that sad. I don't really think Liv was into Marcel at all. I think she would have dropped him and gone with Luca in a heartbeat if he had been up for it. Obviously, the whole Marcel and Gabby situation, and I don't really know what's going on with his wife, ex-wife. I just felt like it was a bit of a strange situation. So I'm kind of glad that they are gone. Like, sad for them, but I don't think it's sad for the series. Like, I think the series will, you know, go on without them. But I'm just about to jump in the bath, and I thought I would sit and answer some of your questions before I get in the bath, because I just feel like the whole eating with my mouth full situation was just not really for me. So, okay, where do we start? So I had quite a few like similar questions, so I'm just gonna like group them all together and answer them as one. I'll just start off with the first question. So the first question was, how are you feeling about moving to London and away from your family? I am so glad that we decided to move to London. I'm so glad that we decided to make the move. It's so much more convenient. We're literally in the middle of everything. Like, especially me not having a car here, everything is walking distance, like the food shop, little cafes and parks for Winnie. Like, there's everything that I need is in walking distance. And if it's not in walking distance, like the power station, I can just hop on the train, King's Road, I can get on a little line bike. Like, we are just in the middle of everything, and it's just so perfect for what I want at this stage of my life. Like, I felt a lot of, or not a lot of pressure, like, I did feel pressure, but it was pressure that I put on myself about buying, obviously, because we are renting this flat, we don't own it. I felt so much pressure. I felt like I should have bought somewhere. When it comes to buying, you have so many more things on your tick list, obviously, because it's such a big commitment. It's a huge amount of money that you're putting down. And for the area that we wanted to live in, like, we were looking around here to buy, for the area that we wanted to look in and the things that we wanted, obviously we wanted it to be a good investment. We didn't want to just waste our money on something that wasn't gonna eventually return in some way, and we just couldn't find it. We couldn't find it. We then started like pushing our search further and further out of London till we were looking like past Gatwick Airport, and we did actually put an offer in. I think it was one of my New York vlogs where we found out that we didn't get the house and it went to someone else, and I was really gutted at the time. But that is just a thing, that everything happens for a reason, because I personally wouldn't want to live A, that far out of London, and B, that far from my family. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. So if something is a no, like, what is for you will not pass you, and that was 100% one of those things that like was just not meant for us. And I'm so glad that we live here now. Moving moving away from family is so hard because I'm so close with my family, especially things like Christmas Day, birthdays, that like we're used to all waking up together, and like Christmas Day opening our presents all together, birthday breakfast we usually do on like people's birthdays. And so it is really hard not being part of those moments, but it's also really nice that like me and Rob get to create our own moments and create our own traditions. So it is hard moving away from family, and I find it actually really hard living here because I don't have my car. I feel like if I just had my car parked outside and I could drive home and drive back like as and when I please, it would be like the dream. I'd honestly think there was no faults with this flat. The only fault is that I don't have my car and that I can't apply for a permit because we live in a new build, and if you live in a new build, you can't apply for a permit, which is really annoying, especially because we've got Winnie now. Like, I find it so difficult getting on the trains. I've got all of my stuff, all of her stuff. I've then got her, and she's got this thing at the moment where she doesn't want to walk anywhere. I'm like dragging her around because I was picking her up and I felt like that was like feeding into the habit. So now I just kind of drag the lead and I'm like, come on Winnie, come on. And she is getting better. It's just easy when they're small just to pick them up. And I felt like I just got into a really bad habit of that. So yeah, the only thing hard about moving away from my family, because I'm lucky it's only like a half-an-hour drive. It's not like we've moved like to opposite ends of London, or like I've moved up to Scotland. Like, we are still very close. I just wish I had my car because getting the train, like I have to change and it's just like a bit of a nightmare. So that is the only con to where we live. I'm sure there was another one about the house or London. What's your favourite part about living in London? My favourite part is just the convenience. I love the convenience. I love that there's like so much to do. On our weekends when we used to live at home, all we used to do was just sit in our bedroom, and I just think now we're like out doing things. We're taking Winnie for walks. We're like going to trying nice bakeries, trying nice restaurants. Like, there's just so much, and even like silly things like the convenience of getting to work and how cheap it is to travel. Like, because I'm in the zones already, is just crazy. So that is my favourite thing, the convenience and the food and drink. I need to grab my Stanley, I'm so ridiculously thirsty. That's the only thing when you get a takeaway, is I just feel unbelievable thirst. Like, me and Rob really have been trying since we moved into this flat to not eat as many takeaways, and we've done really well. Like, we used to get a takeaway, like, I'm not being funny, when we lived at home, we would potentially get a takeaway Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which is disgusting. So we eat so much better now, but then I really noticed that when I have a takeaway, like, I'm so thirsty. Right, so I think that's all the questions about the flat and London and stuff. One was, what is your office job? So I am a legal PA, I work in a law firm. It's something that I kind of just fell into. When I was in sixth form, Rob left and he got himself a job. He actually was doing carpentry at the time, which is really random because it's nothing to do with what he does now. And he was out earning his own money, and I stayed at sixth form. And I remember thinking, what the hell am I doing here? Found myself a little office job, did an office administration or business administration apprenticeship, and I got the job and I was there for 5 years. I loved it so much. Like, honestly, like, I don't want to say it too loud in case anyone from my current job is watching, but I do sometimes regret leaving. I mean, I only left because they were offering redundancy, and it was too good of an opportunity. It was too good of a payout to miss out on, if I'm honest. I'd been there 5 years. It was a decent enough payout. It meant that I got to have like 4 months off. We went traveling to Australia. Like, we literally had the best time, so I wouldn't change it. And I do feel like I was getting a bit bored there. I'd been there 5 years. I was getting a bit bored, so I felt like it was the right time to move on. But I just loved the people there. But yeah, I am a legal PA, and I kind of just fell into it, obviously doing my business admin apprenticeship, and I got promoted over my time at my first job, and then I moved jobs in like May last year to a new law firm. And it's nice, I love it. I wouldn't say it's my passion, but it pays the bills and it means we get to go on lovely holidays and live in a beautiful flat and have a lovely dog. So all those things make it so worth it. I did have a question about Winnie actually, a couple of questions. Where was it? How's it being a dog mum? Highs and lows of being a dog mum. I love being a dog mum. Like, honestly, she has brought so much light into our lives, and it's just made us so much more active. And like, even me and Rob, we feel like a lot more of a unit. Like, we feel very together when we do things. We now have a little life that we have a joint responsibility of keeping alive, like making sure she's fed and she's got water and she's walked and she's looked after and she's loved and she's had a good day. Like, it's so nice to be like working together as a unit, and it's just really brought us together, and I just love it so much. So that is definitely a pro. Another pro is like we are so much more active, going out for lovely walks on a Sunday. Like we've really got this routine down where we go for a lovely walk with Winnie. She's chasing Rob like all around the park. Like he is so good with her, like playing. Like she loves to play with Rob. Like when he walks through the front door, she literally wheezes herself. She's so excited. Like it is a little bit sad though, because I think, Winnie, know where your bread is buttered. Like I'm making sure that you're fed, watered, I'm taking you to daycare, I'm picking you up. Like why are you not weeing yourself when you see me? But no, she does really love Rob, and it's so nice to see. So yeah, he's really good at playing with her. So yeah, on a Sunday, we go for a nice walk, them two are running around, herring around the place, and then we go to this beautiful bakery afterwards. It's literally like a 5-minute walk from the park, and they have these incredible sticky toffee croissants. I need to take you with me because I don't think I've vlogged in there yet, and it's basically a mix of like a croissant, a cinnamon bun, and a sticky toffee pudding. It's incredible. So we love to do that, get our little croissant, come back, and it's just like really wholesome, and I just love it. We're outside a lot more, and yeah, it's just brought us so much closer. So those are the pros. The cons we are now just figuring out, to be honest, is that it is such a tie. You literally cannot do anything. Well, to be fair, where we live is actually very dog friendly, so like we can still go out for dinners and stuff, and like she can come with us. Like we still go out for a Sunday roast. Like we're really lucky. But we love to travel, and a lot of my questions actually were about traveling and what our plans are. And we're finding it really hard to make plans because I feel really guilty kind of like shipping her off with family. Like my mum's not really a massive dog person. My mum has really kindly offered to look after her, which is really nice if we wanted to do like a big trip next year. But I just feel really guilty because my mum's not really a dog person, and I feel like my mum has so much going on that I do then feel really guilty now saying here's my dog. And I also feel guilty for Winnie because I feel like this is her home. Like if we just like packed up and left for 3 weeks, like is she worried that we're never going to come back? But then she spends so much time at my mum and dad's that like I know that she would be fine there. It's just like that's the only thing. It's such a massive time, you know, to have a dog and to look after a dog, but the pros do outweigh the cons, and I'm sure we will find someone to look after Winnie. If any of you want to look after Winnie, then please let me know down below, because we are actually taking serious applications. But that is the only thing that I would say, is that it's just a massive tie. And as much as people told me this at the time, like before I got her, I don't think you believe people or you fully understand until you actually get a dog and you're in it. Like I love her to pieces, and she's like a part of our family now, and I could never ever part with her. Like she is definitely part of our family. But it is tough when we are still so young and there is still so much we want to do, and we feel like we can't do it now because we've got a dog, which is difficult, because it's like a bit of an I told you so, because everyone did tell us this, and now we're like, please can you look after Winnie? We promise that this is our last trip. My mum did say actually when we were getting Winnie that she would never look after Winnie, and then we literally got Winnie and went to Krakow the next weekend and she looked after her. So I'm sure there's some, we can figure something out with my mum. Loads of questions about traveling. Where are you next going on holidays? What countries do you plan to visit? What was your favourite holiday of 2024? 2024 was a massive year for us. I wonder if I can pull up all my playlists. Okay, right, let me have a look at my travel vlogs. So Thailand, oh my God. So what I might do is I might rate all the places that we went to last year. Thailand, 10 out of 10, so much better than I expected. Koh Samui is like the dreamiest place on earth. We just had the most amazing time. 10 out of 10 for Thailand, incredible. Disneyland, oh see, I just feel like they're all 10 out of 10s. We just had like the best year. Disneyland Paris, watching my brother in the parade. We just had the most amazing weekend, even though it literally rained the whole entire time and all of us had breakdowns at different parts of the trip. It was still so good. Cyprus with my family. I was actually really nervous to go on that holiday. Me and my family haven't all been on a holiday since before COVID. I want to say it was like 2018, 2017, so a very long time ago. and we all can be a little bit volatile. Like, there's 7 of us, so there's my mum, my dad, me, my brother, my sister, and the twins. So there's 7 of us. We're a big family, and we all have very big personalities, so it's very, very difficult sometimes to have us all in a very confined space. So we were in like 2 apartments. We had a girls' apartment, a boys' apartment, and do you know what? It actually went really well. There was one bust up, which actually, in my defense, was not my fault. Basically, I was just on the balcony vlogging as per usual, sat there chatting away. All of a sudden, this football comes launching over the balcony, smacks me straight in the face. So I obviously kick off, okay? I'm obviously freaking out now because I'm like, what the hell? And I'm not being funny, it's like it smacks you straight across the face and you're not expecting it. It is a bit like, what's going on here? Like, who the hell has just thrown that over the balcony? So I kicked off, and then obviously because there's so many of us, it just gets so rowdy so quickly, and we got to dinner and my mum and dad banned us from having a fizzy drink with our dinner, which is crazy because I was like, I'm literally 23, you can't ban me from having a lemonade with my dinner. And then I caused a big scene about not being able to have a lemonade, and then my dad bought me a lemonade, and then I was like, well, I don't even want the lemonade, I'm only just saying it for the point. And then it was just like, I did feel a bit like a big kid that day, but that was the only bust up, so it was actually pretty successful. Then we did Australia. Australia has to be top of my list. Sydney was just the best place ever. Like, again, going back to the time with Winnie, obviously when we went to Sydney, we loved it so much and we could really see ourselves living there. But obviously now we would have to take Winnie with us. We'd have to fly Winnie out. And I just don't know if I could put her in the hold. Like, I hear so many horror stories of people putting their dogs like in the hold under a plane and them getting there and they're like a completely different dog. And then she'd have to go to like a 10-day quarantine facility. So I just don't know if I could do it, which is such a shame because I feel like, in hindsight, I would have waited to get a dog. If I'm honest, I would have waited, but we wouldn't have been able to get Winnie. And I feel like Winnie has she has like just brought out such a lease of life for me. Like, I feel like I spend so much less time on my phone. I'm outdoors so much more. I've just got so much more purpose, and I feel I just feel happier. I feel more fulfilled as a person. I mean, if you would have asked me this when we first picked her up, I was like, why the hell have I got a dog? Like, it was, the puppy blues struck me down. I was like, I'm never going to be able to go out again. That's it. My life is literally over. I'm never going to be able to go out again. I'm never going to be able to do anything. This is literal hell. But now we're into a routine. I'm back in the office. She's really settled into a daycare, which she loves so much. Like, she honestly, I love it because they post all the little Instagram stories and she is just like tearing the place up. She loves it there, playing with all the other dogs. Like, there's so much for her to do and she gets so much out of it. So I'm like, I don't mind paying the money for it. I don't know what we're going to do about Sydney now. I don't know whether we'll ever make, like, I would love to live there, and I think I know Winnie would be going to like a better life. Like, imagine her like running across the beach and like in the sunshine and in the sea. Like, she would honestly love it. But then it's like, I don't know, that week or whatever she's in the hold and then in the quarantine, I don't know if that would stress her out. We wouldn't do it anyway until she's at least a year old, so it wouldn't be at least for like another year. But that's another con, I guess, with having a dog, is that you can't just move freely around the world. But going back to rating my holidays, Sydney was just unreal. The same way with Thailand, Australia had never been on my bucket list. It'd never been somewhere that I wanted to go. So to go there and absolutely fall in love, literally, like, was a massive surprise. But yeah, we will have to come back to potentially moving to Sydney in a later date. Maybe when Winnie's a little bit older and we kind of see how she is as a dog. But then she like is quite happy to be left with other people. Like, she goes to daycare, like she's happy around other dogs. So it will just be something that I'll need to do like some extensive research into. But for now, Sydney is on hold, but those were all of my top holiday has to have been Australia. Like, we just had the most amazing time. Like, we just loved every second of it. So yeah, Australia was my favourite place that we visited last year. This year, basically, there are 3 places on my list. Oh my God, my battery's flashing. Right, let me see if I can get through this. There are 3 places on my list that I haven't been to that I really want to go to, and that's Dubai, Bali, and LA. LA is a little bit in the middle of nowhere, so let's just leave that for now. So what I'm thinking is, we really want to go back to Sydney. We really just want to double check that this is something that we definitely want to do before we start planning to potentially move. And when we flew to Sydney last time, we stopped off in Doha, which I think is somewhere around Dubai. So what I was thinking was, we could potentially fly from London to Dubai, Dubai for a couple of days, Dubai for Sydney, Sydney for a couple of days, Sydney to Perth. Rob's got family in Perth, or like we've got family in Perth. Rob's brother lives out there, so Sydney to Perth. And then Perth to Bali is only like 3-4 hours. And then Bali to home is potentially my plan, but that would probably mean we'd need 2-3-ish weeks. And obviously, going back to the cons of having a dog is we now have to find somewhere to look after Winnie. Her daycare do board dogs, but I don't know how the cost of that will work out. It'll probably be like paying for the same amount it will cost like me to go to Australia, it probably costs for Winnie to go to daycare. So we just need to evaluate the cost. So yeah, so that is our plan for this year. We're going on a big family holiday to Turkey, which will be really nice, and like all the boyfriends and girlfriends are coming. Rob's coming, my brother's girlfriend's coming, my sister's boyfriend's coming, so that will be a really nice week. And then I think that's it. Oh, we're going to the Cotswolds for my birthday, which will be really nice. Obviously that's like a UK staycation. So many of you saying that you all love my pack and preps with me. Will you be filming a pack and prep with me? Of course, always. Whenever we go on a big trip or even just like a little city break, I always love to film a pack and prep with me. I love the week before going on holiday, getting all your beauty appointments in, packing, prepping, going shopping, grabbing your last few minute bits from Boots. So they're actually my favourite videos to film, so I love that so many of you love them so much. I'm just thinking, is there anything that I haven't answered? Okay, my battery is flashing, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to answer it. How are your slip backs so good? Like, what products do you use? I don't really think it's giving today, but I am in my bathroom, so I'll quickly show you. So typical, my camera just cut out, but I've now got all the bits and bobs that I wanted to show you for the perfect slip back bun. I mean, I wouldn't say it's perfect. There are good days and there are bad days. Today, to be fair, it's actually quite a good day today. I always find the first day slipping it back is the worst day. Anytime after that and it's like really dirty and really oily is better. This is the oil that I use. This is the Hair Syrup Rapunzel pre-wash treatment. I really love this. It gets it just like really slick and sleek to your head. Flattens down on your flyaways. Really good. I squirt 2 pumps on my hands, run it through my roots. So I'm doing a ponytail, then I'll leave the ends out. If I'm doing a bun, then I'll rub an extra pump like through the ends of my hair as well, just to give them a little bit of nourishment. And then once I've kind of brushed it all into place, I'll do like another pump of oil and just go over the top. Maybe I'll do like a tutorial on one of my vlogs, but I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I feel like everyone knows how to do a slip back bun now. It might be a little bit irrelevant. So yeah, I love this. And then I feel like the secret to a good slip back bun is a good hairbrush. This is a Denman hairbrush. I picked this up in Sainsbury's. I mean, it is so gross, but I feel like the grosser the better. Like the more hair, the more dirt, the more oil trapped in this bad boy, the better your slip back is going to be. So this is my favourite brush. I do have the bigger version, but I actually prefer the smaller version. I feel like it just like really scrapes everything together. And then any gel, at the moment I'm using the VO5 Mega Hold Gel. And again, once I've kind of got everything into position, I just squirt a bit of this in my hand and just go over. And then last but not least, another one of my absolute favourites that I could not live without this product. I used on my eyebrows, and I also use this just to like flatten the little flyaways, is the Got To Be Glued Brows and Edges. It's just like a little mascara wand. Is it gonna focus? Hello? There we go. And it's just like so perfect for just getting all like the little baby hairs, anything left behind. So this is my favourite combination for the perfect slip back bun. But I think that was all the questions. God, the evening is actually running away with me. It's like 11:15. Do I wash my hair? It's literally 10 to 11 at night. But when Rob gets back tomorrow, I want to be like all fresh and have like my hair nice. But then I could just do that tomorrow. Let's just get in a nice bath. Let me start running the bath. I'll show you what bits and bobs I'm putting in. And then I feel like I might let Winnie sleep in my bed tonight, which I feel like I'm going to regret. But I feel really nervous. Now it's getting late. I'm a bit like, oh, I don't like being here on my own. I feel a little bit scared, which is literally ridiculous because I'm 23 and I have my own place and like I'm literally a grown up. But I have locked the door, I promise. And I live in a flat. It's all very safe. It's all very secure. she says, touch wood, let's run my bath before I literally start spiraling. So this is the setup. We have Love Island on the laptop ready to press play. This is tonight's episode. And then these are the products that I've put in the bath. Obviously the bath soap that I picked up, just finished off the last bit of my last one. And then if you know, you know, my absolute favourite, magnesium bath flakes. Look at that. Honestly, it smells unreal in here. Got my loofah, my shaver from Estrid, this fresh Stanley, and then my cleansers, Inky List Oat Cleansing Balm, and then I've actually gone back to this Kate Somerville. It is very, very dry, but I quite like it in the evening, just with like a really thick moisturiser over the top, and then in the day I use the purple goat's milk cleanser, but I quite like that one. And then this is the body wash that I love. I feel like all my products are the same. I feel like when you have sensitive skin, it's like so scary to switch things up, but this is the Method body wash, the coconut one, and it just smells incredible. And it's really good if you have got sensitive skin and you don't just want to use Sanex. I feel like Sanex can be just a little bit boring. It literally doesn't smell of anything. This is a really nice alternative. But yeah, honestly, it smells unreal in here. That marshmallow bath soak is a game changer. And I've got my towel warming up and my pajamas ready to get warm and cozy as soon as I get out of the bath. But for now, I'm gonna hit play. I literally cannot wait to watch this episode unfold. Obviously, Harriet's going in, which is just gonna be crazy. Oh my goodness, Love Island this year. I have no words, honestly, incredible. So Harriet's just come in, snogged all the boys, Ronnie's given her a 10, obviously Elma is absolutely fuming. I feel really, really sorry for Elma. I love Elma on Towie, and I feel like she's just having a little bit of a rough time in there. I just do not think Ronnie is the man for her. He's just not serious at all. But I'm out the bath. Finally, I feel like I love to sit in like a long hot bath. I honestly, like, my cheeks are so rosy red. I've moved all of my skincare products into the bedroom, which is actually really nice because I feel like when me and Rob are trying to get ready for bed at the same time, it's just like so much is going on in the bathroom that I feel like I can't like enjoy it. This is the Laneige Water Bank Toner. I've been using this for a little while now and I haven't, if I'm honest, noticed a huge difference in my skin, but I wonder if it's one of those things that like you notice it as soon as you stop using it. I love the whole Laneige Water Bank range. I also have the moisturiser, which I love, but my mum for Christmas got me this mini teeny tiny Tatcha dewy skin cream. Now I haven't used it yet because I know how expensive it is and I was kind of saving it for something special, but I feel like just gotta give it a go. It's thicker than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god, I know that is going to be so nice. Oh my god, it already feels unreal. But it's so expensive. Oh, it's got a really nice smell to it. It literally smells like a spa. Oh, I was really hoping I wasn't going to love it. I'm going to have to ration that. Like that tiny little pot. I know this would have been expensive as well just for that little pot. I'm going to have to really ration it. As much as I love my Laneige, this is just a thicker consistency. My skin just feels a lot more hydrated. This is quite thin, but then I guess it's water bank. I feel like they do have an intense version of this, which I might actually give a go, but that Tatcha, oh my god, is so nice. So this is me all ready for bed. I'm going to finish this episode of Love Island. We've got 16 minutes left. Can't possibly leave it on this kind of cliffhanger, and I'm gonna go and get my chocolate covered straws at the fridge. I honestly feel like I'm living the dream. I'm just about to hit play on All Stars. I'm in bed, I've got my eye mask on, chocolate covered straws in bed. I did already take a cheeky little bite. I'm sorry I couldn't wait for you, but look at that. You just can't beat a chocolate covered straw, honestly. I think chocolate covered strawberries could be my death row dessert. Incredible. I'm hoping that I don't eat them all. I'm hoping that I can save some for tomorrow. And then I'm just gonna fill out my 5-minute diary. I did speak about this in my most recent vlog, but I think you'll see this before you see that vlog. But I picked this up from Flying Tiger when I went in the other day, and oh my god, I love it so much. I've been filling it out every day. You have one page of morning thoughts, one page of evening thoughts, and it gives you loads of prompts. Like, I feel like I love getting things down on paper and like speaking about my feelings on paper, like I'm an offloader, like I'm always offloading on someone, so it being onto paper is just really convenient for everyone involved in my life. And sometimes I struggle like what to write, but this has got some really nice prompts, like today I woke up feeling, this will make today a good day, today I'm glad that. And then evening thoughts, today I learned, I feel grateful for, I love that this happened to me today. So it's just like a really nice positive thing to do first thing in the morning, last thing at night. So yeah, I'm going to fill this out, watch Love Island, finish off, or not finish off, but eat my chocolate covered straws. I phoned Rob about half an hour ago and I was like, I don't like being here alone. Like every little noise, I was like, what the hell is that? But actually, I'm just living my best life. Like, look at me. I've got this whole bed to myself tonight. I am a little bit nervous about turning all the lights off. I have got every single light on in the flat. Our electric bill is going to be absolutely mental. It's times like this where I wish Winnie was a big German Shepherd and not a teeny tiny little Cavapoo that's actually locked in a crate. Even if she was going to be of any use, she wouldn't be able to help me because the poor girl wouldn't be able to get out. But I just let her out and she did a little wee, which is good. So I'm hoping we can have a little bit of a lie-in tomorrow, because she gets up as soon as she hears Rob's alarm in the morning. I think she thinks we set that alarm for her, because as soon as it goes off, she is awake and she's ready and she wants to get out for a wee. So I'm hoping that obviously because he's not here tomorrow, there's no alarms being set tomorrow, that we might get a little bit of a lie-in. I'm in my favourite pair of pyjamas today. They're not the most flattering. I actually got them for Christmas from Rob's mum. I think they're only from Asda, but they are the softest pyjamas ever. I love them so, so much. So I thought I'd get in my favourite pair of pyjamas, get all cosy. I had a lovely bath, done all my skincare, got my little eye masks on, Love Island set up, 5-minute diaries in hand, chocolate covered straws in the other hand. It's just the best time to be alive. I've honestly had the most incredible evening. I hope you all have enjoyed it. I have no idea how long this vlog is, what it looks like. When I'm editing my weekly vlogs, I kind of edit them as I go, so I've got a rough idea what's going on. But with this, we're just editing it all in one go. So I really do hope you have enjoyed. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. It would honestly mean the absolute world to me. Thank you for spending the evening with me. I love you all millions, and I will see you next week. Bye.